Hello boys and girls, my name is White Rhino PSO, and today we are playing more American Truck Simulator. During the last video, I mentioned that we were going to hold off on buying our own truck until the bank had increased our credit rating. I have since changed my mind, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. For now though, we need to go to the bank and take out a loan, because currently we only have $18,321 to our name. So the maximum amount the bank will allow us to take is $130,000, but you can only take loans in certain amounts. This means we're going to have to take out 3 separate loans to the same bank. You do have to pay a fee every single day. Basically, you're paying off your loan, including interest. But as long as you're still doing deliveries, and as long as you're not making too many mistakes, like damaging your cargo, or running through red lights, or driving into other cars, you should have absolutely no trouble making the amount of money through your deliveries that you need to pay back for the loan. So we need to take out a $100,000 loan, 56 days of payment, 18% interest rate. That seems high, but I've never actually taken out a loan in real life, so sure. And then we need to take out 3 more $10,000 loans. Which the interest rate on those is higher, but the daily installment is a little bit lower than the larger loan itself. You pay less per day and have a lower interest on larger loans. This puts us up to $148,000. So now we have to visit a truck dealership. Because we told the game that our favorite kind of truck is a Peterbilt, that means the game, I believe after the first delivery, automatically tells me where the nearest Peterbilt showroom is. The bad news is it's not actually in our starting town of Olympia, it's in Tacoma, Washington. And it is actually open between 8 a.m. and the hell is that? That's 5 p.m. I believe. I'm not terribly good on military time. You do have the option to buy online, but only if you've purchased at least 10 trucks in the past. And I've never actually gotten to that point of the game because you need to upgrade your garages, you need to hire other workers. I've never gotten that far. Maybe we'll get that far eventually in this series, but for now we actually have to physically visit the dealer. Do you really want to travel to Tacoma and visit the Peterbilt truck dealer? Yes. So, truck dealerships have preset vehicles that you can just purchase, but you have to increase your profile level in order to see all of the different trucks they offer. To start, any dealership is going to have the short nose variant and the long nose variant of the that company's trucks. So we're actually going to go with the Peterbilt 389. That is, sweet Jesus. That is the one that I've chosen as my favorite. Basically, I spent some time in the vehicle showroom, which just lets you mess around with customizations and kind of see how a truck could potentially look in the future. So now we're going to start with this one, but we're going to customize it a little bit. So now you get to the customization screen, which has a bunch of different options along the top for how you can change your vehicle. The bad news is most of the customizations are locked by your profile's level. So we're not going to have too many options available right now. From left to right, there's the cabin one, which allows you to choose between, this would be what they call a day cab, which means it has no area in the back for a bed. Then you get one that has a bed, and then one with a very spacious back area. I don't really know if it's worth going for those. I prefer the day cab look, partially because it seems like smaller and a little cleaner. And also, as you get into longer cabins, the length of the entire truck extends. And I I prefer to keep my trucks kind of as short as possible. Then the chassis, there's different options for like larger gas tanks. Right now, because we're only profile level 2, I believe. Yeah, we must be level 2 because level 3 is the next unlock. The only options we have is a 6x2 150 gallon and a 6x2 mid-lift 150 gallon. So it's not really going to increase the amount of fuel that we can take with us. And I don't really know that much about mid-lifts, except if you look at the second to last set of wheels here, the mid-lift keeps those up. Christ. And then there is a button you can press to lower those, which I think gives you better traction, but I'm not entirely sure. I just prefer to go with whatever is going to be keeping as many wheels down at all times. Plus, I don't want to spend the extra $1,100, especially when we've only got 148 and we're just starting off our customizations. Next up is the engine itself, which as you go, you unlock better engines. And over here in the truck analysis section, I don't really know a whole lot about gears and gear ratios and differentials and such. The best thing to keep an eye on is right up here. You've got your different ratings for normal cargo, heavy cargo, maneuverability, hills traversal, and uneven terrain. And really, the higher you get these, the better. But if you see, when I select the slightly more expensive engine that has less RPM but puts out more, I think that's more torque, you'll see heavy cargo goes up a little and hills traversal goes up a little, but normal cargo goes down. Don't worry so much about that, because whatever the engine messes with, now when we go to transmission, we'll be able to increase those bars again. So the standard one has the Eaton FM bunch of letters. This one I think is the same one but has a retarder. I'm not entirely sure what that means, other than if you look at the bars over here, when you click that, all the bars go up. So definitely want to switch out to that one. Already we're up to 121,665. The rest of this, like the stuff on the left here, is more the performance capabilities of the truck. The last 4 are the visual customizations. So you have interiors. So there is an upgrade at level 10 that I think slightly changes like the color, maybe a little bit of the background color around the gauges. There is the paint job, which the paint jobs are fairly expensive. I don't really want to be dropping a whole lot of money on paint jobs right now, especially because I have something special planned for the next video. We got accessories, which, yet again, there are not a whole lot that are currently unlocked for us. Anything with a flashing star is a customization or a new option that has been unlocked since the last time we checked. So if we wanted, we could put a license plate up in the window that lets us put, basically whatever we want on there. We could switch out these painted fuel tanks for chrome ones if we wanted to. The chrome, I always think, looks pretty terrible, but that might just be because we're in a showroom that is extremely bright, so it actually might not look too bad on the road. I'll have to fiddle around with that in the future. We also have, we could change out to painted door handles. That's really the majority of what we can do. Everything else is like locked from us right now. But that is not necessarily a bad thing, because customizing more of the vehicle would cost us more money, and I would prefer to keep as much backup cash as we can. And then there's also interior customization. Some of these stars actually are things elsewhere on the vehicle. Like, you can check out the customization for your standard plate either inside or outside of the cabin. Inside also has steering wheel customization. I do have the DLC that adds a bunch of different potential steering wheels. Once you're on the steering wheel, you can add stuff like suicide knobs. But I think we're gonna keep almost entirely a stock truck. You can actually see a list of the things you have chosen to change over here. It is a little confusing though, because it lists the original stuff that came with the truck as being a positive amount of money, and then also, I can't remember, oh yeah, this one. All right, so the LASR, the R's for retarder, that one is one we've chosen, but it also lists the one that it already had. So really what you need to keep an eye on is down here. There's the original price, and then there's the price of the changes you have chosen to make for the vehicle. And then you hit confirm, and it will now show you your vehicle and the stats of it over here, and the current price of it, and that looks good to me. So, thank you for buying your first truck from us. Please come again. Please note that all trucks bought here have regular insurance paid already. I guess that's just the game's way of trying to explain why you don't have to pay extra money for insurance on your vehicles. Now, if you're like me and you prefer to do quick jobs from city to city, something to keep in mind is that when you buy your own truck, it automatically warps you and the truck right back to your starting garage. Also, it is entirely possible that you could just keep doing quick jobs until you have enough money to buy your own truck. Like, nothing says you have to take out loans like we did. And it just gives you a fancy little view of you sitting in your brand new truck right outside your shithole of a garage. All right, so taking jobs when you own your own truck is a little different. You could still theoretically take quick jobs if you wanted to, but now you have access to the freight market. Earn money for your company using your own truck. Load the freight and deliver it safe and sound. You take this option if you have your own truck, because this is just you grabbing a trailer from a company and delivering it where it needs to go. I'm pretty sure, yes, you definitely make more money for doing these jobs than you would for just doing quick jobs. Ooh, that one looks really nice. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that with a quick job, you basically warp to whatever city you're taking the job from. With an external contract, it's going to... not external contract, the freight market. With the freight market, it's going to show you every possible job that either that begins near a city that you have visited. And so, since we've been to Tacoma, we've been to Olympia, Portland, Salem, Eugene, Klamath Falls, Lakeview, that must have been last video, and Burns, it is showing that this job, which is the most expensive job we can take, actually, no, this one down here, the Harvester, begins in Burns. Well, because we own our own truck, we would have to drive all the way down to Burns just to pick it up. So you still want to click on whichever city you are closest to. So we could actually take... I don't want to take a job that's very heavy, because we have basically a brand new truck that is not very good. It doesn't have a very powerful engine or transmission yet. So, it might be better to take something like this. That's a fairly small load. You know what? We'll give it a shot. Plus, that'll let me know if this truck is even capable of towing something that's less than 30,000 pounds. So you select your job, you set your GPS destination, and it puts you back in your truck.
Time to hit the road.
And now, on the map, it will actually show you instead how to get to the trailer itself. So, let me see if I can remember the controls. Turn on the lights, because... the hell time is it? I don't think this truck has it listed. We currently have 150 gallons of fuel in our tank, which I believe means that we've got 1,500 miles worth of distance before we have to fill that back up, which is very nice. Speed and cruise control. All right, it is 8:55. I'm going to assume in the morning because it would otherwise be very dark out. Let's get us back to our speed and cruise control. And now we have to get to our actual trailer. So, we just have to, oh, sweet Jesus, I'm already crashing it. Let's turn this thing around in this very tight parking lot. Alright. Back into drive, and we need... let me get closer on that. Alright, we need to take a right to get out of here. So, turn on that directional.
Turn right.
Oh, Jesus. Right into traffic.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Whatever you say. Which would be here.
Exit now.
Sweet. We have driven by a recruitment
Keep
agency.
Right, and then turn right.
And it looks like this...
Turn right.
I think it's in this parking lot, but I'm not entirely sure.
It's all over now.
I guess so. So, the GPS destination... Let me turn that damn... There we go. The GPS will take you to the actual company itself, and then you have to go back to the freight market, which will now show you just the jobs coming out of this particular company, and you have to select, okay, yes, I want to go from Olympia, Washington to Yakima, Washington. 28,500 pounds of dry fruits, and it should get us about $5,000. Hopefully with the bonuses for delivery and such, and our profile level, it'll actually get us the 5,000. I almost want to take the grain one, but that would take us further away from the other states. Plus, it's a whole lot less money than the dry fruit. So, we now take our job, and then, where is it? I believe it's at the far left over here. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me check. Oh no, okay. Our trailer is actually around the corner here. So, we get to do a little bit of fancy driver work. Center that thing back up. This is the other fun part of taking a freight market job, is you actually have to reverse over to the trailer you're picking up. That's a little fast. You have to reverse over to it and connect to it, kind of like you disconnect at the end of a journey. So I do not have... There's an option for...
Ready to roll.
There's an option to do more complex connector work, which means you have to be extremely accurate with how you place your truck when you're trying to pick up a load. I do not have that enabled at the moment. I might in the future, but for now, I really just want to make sure we can get to our location. So, let's check the map. We're going to be heading a little bit on roads we've already been to, but then we're going to get off the highway and take Route 12 all the way over to Yakima. Which, you can drop little markers on the map to basically tell the GPS, hey, I want to go there instead, or I want to go there as part of the job. So, I could go that way. That would take us 3 hours 47. Or 3 hours 50 the way it wants to take us. You know what? Screw it. Whoa. What the hell? Oh, okay, because this bit of highway over here, yeah, sometimes you got to be careful when there's a double highway line like this. So yeah, we're actually going to make our own path. This would get us more map exploration and take us a very small, slightly quicker to get there. So let's get back out.
Here we go.
Back out of the menu. While playing alone, I have found that I actually enjoy having the in-game GPS screen. Oh, almost drove right into that. Having it a lot smaller or more zoomed out, because that allows me to really to enjoy more of
Turn left.
the world around me. All right, I am actually in the road already. That's not good. Shit. I apologize, sir and or madam. You know, let's just see if we can get into this left-hand lane. Oh my god. I am making such a mess of this right now. Alright, I do think I want to get into this right-hand lane.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Jesus, cutting right into my lane. Let me just give him a little toot of the old horn.
Exit now.
Okay. And we are now on our way. We're going to be taking a left up here, so I think I want to get into this lane.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Oh, green light already. Guy's got a nice truck over there, too. I'm not sure if that is also a Peterbilt or if that one is a Kenwood.
Turn left.
As soon as we get on the highway, then I'll feel more relaxed about actually talking as opposed to potentially driving into things because I am not paying as much attention. Merge over to the left a little. And we should be good to just get right on. Our limit is 60. I just have to remember which of these buttons is my cruise control once we get up to it. We're also going to want to get out of this lane, because this is an exit only. What the hell is that? It's probably some sort of a well-known Washington landmark,
Keep
but
left.
I do not know what it is. Oh, we're up to 60, so I can turn on the cruise control and relax my foot a little bit. So, I mentioned that there was a... Okay, that truck literally just came out of nowhere. I mentioned that there was a special reason why I wanted to buy a truck and do a freight market delivery in this particular video. And that's because in the next video, we're going to be doing something that would... Oh, Nice, I can bypass the way station. I do not know if I actually mentioned it in a previous video, but there are way stations in American Truck Simulator. Sometimes they will have you stop and weigh your truck just to make sure that it does weigh.
Right, and then exit right.
Just to make sure that it weighs basically what the paperwork says it is supposed to weigh.
Right.
Taking another right. All right. But anyway, so the freight market. Yes. Yeah, why I wanted to buy a truck today. There is something special that I have planned for the next video that would also require us owning our own truck. And I figured it would be a better idea for us to go through really the pros and cons, I guess, of buying our... mentioning like why you would want to buy your own truck. I'm speeding, and we have made it to Seattle. Pretty much I wanted to show what the game was like, what you do once you buy your own truck. It's pretty much the same thing. I mean, the gameplay of this game is just delivering freight across America. But it does change a little bit if you own your own truck. Later on, you can even buy your own trailers, and I don't know if that gets you more or less money, but that way you're actually bringing your trailer, which you can paint to look similar to...
Keep right.
Alright, guess we're exiting the highway again. So you can have matching paint jobs on your truck and trailer. Well, I guess that is a road that leads to somewhere
right.
that is not actually part of the game. Oh, we're heading towards Spokane now. And I have not driven a truck in a short while, so... Oh, Jesus. Alright, we're down to... Wait. Oh, that was still part of the exit. Okay. Damn it, this guy had the same idea as me. There's nobody in the left lane coming, so I think we're going to try to pass this guy if we've got the power to do so. We are kind of struggling as I try to make our way back up to the speed limit. Let's get back into that right lane just for safety. And for courtesy, because we don't want to be... Oh, we're speeding again, Jesus. We don't want to be holding up traffic that is able to go faster than the truck speed limit. Which I actually think I see a car coming up on us soon. It is gorgeous up here. Yeah, I'm very glad I decided to start off this particular company up in Washington as opposed to my usual start of California, just because, you know, I've never really seen firsthand anywhere in this game that wasn't a desert. I mean, I've seen other people playing where they've driven through Washington, and there's a guy named Jeff whose last name, I think his name is Favignano. I saw one of his videos on early on when the Utah DLC had first dropped. So I have seen a small amount of that area. And because we're using the winter weather mod, the next time I drive through these same roads is still probably going to feel new, just because it will no longer be wintry. I don't know when I'll be getting back to this game after we take a break from the series, but it probably won't be while it's still cold enough to warrant using a snowy winter mod. Nice, we can bypass another one. That helps us out with making our delivery on time and maybe even a little quicker, but it doesn't help with... Like, I can't show off how the weighing stations actually work, which most people that are watching this video probably already know all about this game. So if you've made it this far, basically if you've made it to a portion of the video that wasn't me explaining, hey, here's what it's like to buy your own truck, then thank you. One other thing we have to worry about now that we own our own truck, there is the fuel consumption, because when you're doing quick jobs, the company itself that you're working for pays all of the cost of filling up the gas. But when you own your own truck, you are the one... Oh, nice. Nice little old truck there. When you own your own vehicle, you have to pay for your own gas. You also have to worry about the fatigue simulation, which basically means eventually your driver is going to get tired and you're going to need to find rest stops in order to basically sleep for a short amount of time. That is another one of those realism settings that you can disable if you really want to. Did that sign just say something about there being salt on the road and to drive safely? If so, then this winter weather mod is actually more detailed than I thought it would be.
Keep right.
Alright, finally getting off this highway here. Probably want to hit the brakes a little. Oh, it actually looks like we could have kept in the lane we were just in. And it looks like this exit was a gentle enough curve that we could have kept all of our speed. We didn't lose a whole lot, though, so it's not too bad. Get that cruise control running again. Now, I'm fairly sure we are getting very close to our destination. I seem to remember on the map that the marker I placed... We're not going to be able to slip in between these guys. The marker I placed, I think, was very close to the actual city. Actually, the guy in the left lane backed off a bit. I think that was partially because I got just a little too close to his lane. And so he was not a big fan of that. Shit. I think we need to be in that right... Oh, shit.
Keep right, and then keep left.
Oh, Christ. Hook it. Jesus. Yeah, remember that part where I used to talk about how anybody watching these videos who enjoys watching, like, the veteran...
Keep left.
Keep left. It's a good thing I remembered that she said that. Yeah, hopefully nobody is watching this and pulling their hair out because of how poorly I'm driving. This is a very strange crossroads, and we now are very much speeding because we're supposed to be doing 35, and there is a intersection up here too. I think we're going to need to be on the right side of the road here. Still green. Please don't hit me. By hit me, I meant, please don't give me a ticket. Also, holy shit, I didn't realize that cars in this game could actually just peel off the road and park at businesses. I thought every other vehicle in the game...
Go straight on.
Yes, ma'am. I thought every other vehicle in the game was just going to be endlessly driving for the sake of background realism. So what's this guy driving? He is driving the short nose Peterbilt. Nice. And working for Fishtail Foods, it looks like. And he is completely without hair. Alright, they're getting their left-hand turn. UDS, the legally distinct version of UPS. There are mods on the workshop that change the in-game companies to be basically the ones that they're really based on in real life. Sometimes, though, the company logos are three-dimensional things on the outside of buildings, and anything that really changes that much of the game, I kind of try to avoid.
Go straight on.
Looks like we're taking a second right here.
Keep right, and then turn right.
This is kind of a tight little entrance.
Turn right.
Cut that a little wide, because I don't want to hit that fence. Oh, nice. We're delivering it right to, like, a cargo place. Oh, shit.
Here we are, safe and sound.
It's a rail yard. Nice. Alright. Where do you need it? Wants it probably parked between these two trucks. Let's play it safe. Wants it in the back. I'm gonna... hold on. Actually, I was wrong. Not between those two trucks, but between the two trucks to the side of it. Can I come in from the far side? You know what? Let's give it a shot. Alright, let's get ourselves... The hell? Is somebody hitting the horn? Oh, I didn't realize we were blocking traffic that time. So let's see if we can come in this way, because it's always easier to reverse a truck if you can look out your left window than it is to do so looking out the right. Because the left-hand window, you can actually... Am I coming at this the right way? The left-hand window, you can actually lean out the window, which is also very helpful. Alright. This might be the wrong angle, but we're going to give it a shot. This actually doesn't look too bad yet. Come on. Keep turning a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong way. There we go. Oh, no, shit. Okay, almost. But, thankfully, let me just center the wheel here. Nope, I said center the wheel. We do have the option of kind of straightening things out. So you just pull ahead, try to get it nice and straight, and then... Oh, that is still not a very good angle. Oh, sweet. Train just went by. Oh, shit. Do not be distracted by the train, because we have a very nice angle of approach now. Just need to kind of blind ourselves to it so that we can get it going back straight. Come on. Oh, you suck. Is this good enough, though? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Alright, park and brake on. Engine off. Oh, that is tight. I'm not even sure if those hinges could turn, but they said it's good enough, so let's drop this sucker. Oh, 193 miles, just over 4 hours, which is a little odd considering the game said it would take 4 hours 47, but I think part of that time was my horrible parking job. Only 30 gallons of fuel, so we still have plenty in our tank. Gets us still under 5,000, but it does get us to a level 3 profile. Now, we can actually, now it gives us the option to go directly into job offers from the company we just delivered to, which is nice. And because that way you can just kind of like chain jobs together. But I do want to level up our profile. So with the just-in-time deliveries, you actually want to unlock 2 dots worth, because the first one gives you important deliveries, and then the second one gives you extremely urgent deliveries. So you do get higher bonuses if you take the urgent ones, which they do show you a little icon on the job screen to let you know which jobs those are. I don't want to take long distance, and hazardous cargo, we would have to choose one of these 6 types of cargo, and then it would just allow us to take somewhat more dangerous things. I think we're gonna take a just-in-time delivery unlock though, because that'll give us, it's not going to give us any, I don't think, any new types of cargo to deliver, but it will allow us to get jobs that are more urgent, and so will give us better money and better experience. And we did get another email. Oh, look, suddenly the bank wants to help us grow. Dear Sir/Madam, we couldn't help but notice your steady earnings, and we would like to assist you with developing your potential even further. Your credit limit has been raised to $500,000. Feel free to draw from the available sum anytime at your local bank center. Respectfully, the sales manager at bank. Funny that. So if we wanted, like if I was feeling really tight on cash, which we actually have more money now than we had when we began this video. I actually could go back to the bank right over here and take out further of a loan. I don't think we're going to need to do that. I'm actually not entirely sure, just because part of the special stuff I want to do for the next video may involve quite a bit of money for a fancy paint job. But anyway, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.